is Tuesday, May 19th, 2020, and you are tuned into DIRTRACKR Daily. I'm Justin Fiedler. Another big national series is back in action tonight with the Lucas Oil Late Model Dirt Series taking on Golden Isles Speedway. They are scheduled to race tonight, tomorrow night, and Thursday, with all races paying $7,000 to win. Each will also be for full series points as well. The races will be without fans but can be watched on Lucas Oil Racing TV and the Lucas Dirt Facebook page. Action gets underway at 7:30 p.m. Eastern. Drivers competing this week and through next week will also be eligible for additional bonuses thanks to Riggs Drilling Solutions and Sunoco Race Fuels. Golden Isles was open last night for practice with Josh Richards being quickest through the practice session. They did a preliminary pill draw for tonight with Chris Ferguson pulling the one pill. The field for the week is incredibly strong, includes many of the nation's top drivers. Looking kind of back to the beginning of the season, the series opened the year at Golden Isles Speedway. They lost the first night to weather, but the second night was dominated by Tim McCready. He led all 50 laps en route to the win over Brandon Overton, Brandon Shepard, Mike Marlar, and Jonathan Davenport. All of those drivers are on the prelim pill draw sheet except Mike Marlar. I can't see any reason why any of those guys couldn't win tonight. Shepard has been really strong to start the season. Obviously, he leads the points in both Lucas and the World of Outlaws. Overton has multiple wins on the year, as does McCready. Jonathan Davenport's been fast. He has a win at All Tech Raceway earlier in the year as well. Should be a really fun couple of days here at Golden Isles. We'll be back tomorrow to recap the action and then subsequent days as they continue to race. And then they move on next week to East Bay Raceway Park. So a lot of good stuff coming up for the Lucas Oil late model, so pay attention to that going forward. A lot of other late model shows going to happen as well. We'll keep you posted on all that stuff. The guys at Dirt on Dirt continue to kind of put some shows together, as does Chris Tilley. And then there's a lot of other late model series that are going to start opening up as well. So we'll keep you posted on as much of that as we can moving forward. Last night was round number 9 for the iRacing World of Outlaws Sprint Car World Championship for the Pro Series guys. They took on the virtual Williams Grove Speedway. Alex Bergeron entered the night as the points leader and the favorite to win the $10,000 championship. Remember, this is a 10-week championship, so last night was round number 9. In qualifying, it was Kendall Tucker going quick time over Cole Cabry and Sean Timmerman. Heats were won by Tucker, James Edens, Bergeron, and David Heileman. Dylan Hauser won the first B-main with Tyler Ducharme transferring, and Braden Eiler won the second B-main with Skylar Brown grabbing the other transfer spot after contact with Adam Elby right at the finish line. The track was reset for the feature, and it was the Swindell Speed Lab teammates Tucker and Eden starting on the front row. Kendall Tucker led the first 10 laps, and then things really got heated up front. Over the remaining 25 laps, it was a dogfight at the front between Tucker, Edens, and Heileman. The three drivers swapped the lead several times through the race. Inside of 10 to go, Blake Cannon also jumped into the mix from his 9th starting position. Looked like it was going to be a 4-car battle to the end, but Kendall Tucker got into the guardrail in 3 and 4, coming to 7 to go, and damaged his car. That basically took him out of the fight. James Edens led the final 8 laps en route to his 4th win of the season. Blake Cannon finished 2nd, and Alex Bergeron, who threw a big move at Dalen Heileman, coming to the checkered finish 3rd. Dylan Semmelman was 4th, and James Tiernan, who started 15th, actually raced his way up to finish in 5th. The series has one remaining race next Monday night at the dirt track at Charlotte Motor Speedway. Alex Bergeron takes a 25-point lead over Dalen Heileman into the season finale. James Edens is currently 3rd with Kendall Tucker 4th and Braden Eiler in 5th. Anybody behind Bergeron really needs a miracle at this point to take that $10,000 title. Certainly be fun to watch. You got to think it's Bergeron basically has to not make the feature or something like that for one of these guys to have a chance at the championship. And you saw him last night. He didn't really take a lot of risks. He made a big move right there at the end to grab 3rd and get himself on the podium. But for the most part, didn't seem to really be taking any big risks last night. Ran a really clean race, and with such a big point lead going into the final week, there's no reason for him to take such big risks. So interesting though, James Edens has the most wins on the season right now, but obviously because of a couple of bad weeks, including a bad connection night, he's basically been taken out of that points championship. But should be good racing in the final week next week. You can watch live twitch.com/iRacing and iRacing.com/live free on Monday night at 9 p.m. Eastern. The World of Outlaws announced yesterday that additional tickets for this weekend's Sprint Car Series races at Federated Auto Parts Raceway at I-55 in Peabody, Missouri are now on sale. Tickets will not be available at the racetrack. They must be purchased in advance at worldofoutlaws.com. I wanted to make sure I mentioned this because I talked about it on the show yesterday about tickets being available for that event. They also announced that Dryden has pushed the purse for both the sprint cars and late models on Saturday night this week to $20,000 to win and $1,000 to start. Those races were originally $10,000 to win. Along with the Sprint Cars repeatedly, the Late Model Series is in action at Jackson Motorplex in Minnesota. No spectators will be in attendance at Jackson, but all 4 shows, Sprint Cars and Late Models, Friday night, Saturday night, can be watched live on Dirt Vision. The races will be for full series points. I'll have more on these races later on in the week. I want to, kind of continue with some of the prediction stuff that I started a couple of weeks ago at Knoxville. I want to do that for both the Sprint Cars and the Late Models going forward, so I'll have more on that later in the week. We talked last week about the All-Star Circuit of Champions returning to racing at Park Jefferson Speedway on May 29th and 30th, and yesterday they opened up registration for drivers and put tickets on sale. Several drivers have already entered, including Brock Zierfoss, who is running for series points, and Chad Baesflug, who's running a full schedule of winged sprint car races this season. The 2 nights are also co-sanctioned by the IRA Sprint Car Series and will also include IMCA Sport Mods and IMCA Stock Cars. If you're a driver and would like to register or want to purchase tickets, you can find more info at allstarsprint.com. The USMTS has announced that they are returning to racing this coming weekend with 3 shows at 2 racetracks. The Touring Modified Series hasn't raced since early March, but has shuffled several events to get back racing. Friday and Saturday night, they will take on the Mississippi Thunder Speedway in Fountain City, Wisconsin for the 11th annual USMTS Spring Shootout. And then they will head to Park Jefferson Speedway in North Sioux City, South Dakota for the 9th annual USMTS River City Rumble on Monday. Fans will be allowed at both events, but if you can't attend, RacinDirt.tv will have live streaming coverage. Through 5 races so far this season, Rodney Sanders leads the point standings by 4 over Jason Hughes. Derek Ramirez is 3rd, Hunter Marriott 4th, and Tyler Davis is 5th. Sanders has a pair of wins, while Marriott has 1, as does Jason Ingalls and Bo Day. You can find more information on these events at usmts.com. POWRi will also be back in action starting this weekend at Valley Speedway in Missouri. On Saturday and Sunday, the POWRi National and West Midgets and the War Sprint Cars will take part in the Mid-State Open Wheel Nationals. There are limited admission tickets available, but those who can attend can watch live on POWRi TV. Social distancing will be in effect for spectators and competitors. POWRi hopes to have announcements on additional schedule changes coming here up soon into June and some of those other events. With POWRi really kind of rolling again too, I want to start adding those POWRi TV events to the daily pay-per-view schedule at DIRTRACKR.com. Throw those into the mix, of other things that you can watch here going forward. And I will, I think it's current today, but I need to add a ton more events for this week. So keep an eye on that pay-per-view schedule for the rest of the week, because there's going to be a lot of stuff to watch, a lot of things to pay attention to this week. That's pretty much it for the show today. Hope everybody has a good Tuesday. Appreciate everybody tuning in. You can find DIRTRACKR Daily on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, Stitcher, or where you get podcasts. Please subscribe, leave me a review, tell your friends. You can also watch the show on YouTube and Facebook. You can email the show at info@dirtracker.com. You can follow along with the site at facebook.com/dirttracker, twitter.com/dirttracker, and the website itself, dirttracker.com. You can follow me personally on Twitter at Justin_Fiedler, and you can sign up for the DIRTRACKR weekly newsletter live on the site right now. I do that weekly, probably do it today. I usually do it Tuesdays, Wednesdays, something like that. 4 or 5 things through the week that I think are interesting, things I want to point out to you. Maybe there's a cool set of highlights or, a neat article to read, something like that. Just a couple of things, to point out that maybe you missed in the last week that I think might be interesting. So if you want to sign up for that, you can do that over at DIRTRACKR.com. Thanks everybody for tuning in. We will see you tomorrow on DIRTRACKR Daily.